about now, Mr. Bam? Bam, 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 bam. I don't hear anything in my headphones now. Bam, 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 bam. Why do I hear nothing in my headphones? That's kind of the weird part to me.
I punched it on PannerVision radio. When I plugged it back in, it toggled over to PannerVision. Now it's on radio.
So you're hearing something, Bam? I'm not hearing anything in the headset. Let's see here. What's that? On the mixer? If I crank the gain all the way, then I can hear it.
We're getting a bunch of green thing back and then a yellow, so he's over.
I guess it's, so I guess, all right, so is this too, that's not too hot, right? As long as we're not in the red? Like this?
Yeah.
Okay, so this will work. I just said it's just weird. I have the gain like dimed.
Then I can hear it. Okay. It's all good now. I can hear you.
All right, cool. All right, so we're set.
Probably what?
I don't know when we're starting. We have like a 10-minute Hall of Fame speech, so probably still roughly 8:15ish.
Okay, that's one thing. All right.
But I'll let you know. Or should we just go live? Okay. Yeah, I got it, John.
Yeah. Okay. Good luck.
All right, I'll let you know. Wait, let's see. I'm just gonna hit the go live button.
I mean, it's already live.
Oh, it is?
You're already,
All right. That's what you're here for, Bam.
of course.
Tell me when I'm being a jackass. Oh wait, we're live. One. 222, and there. All right. And welcome to James Donaldson Park here in beautiful Grand Forks, British Columbia. Gerald Von Dane with you live as we get set for some Goldpanners baseball. We finally get started here in Grand Forks. It's the first game for the Goldpanners and for their opponent, the Everett Merchants. So the Merchants taking on the Goldpanners today. The Goldpanners, an independent team, of course, and the Merchants coming out of the Pacific International League. Audio-only style PannerVision here from Grand Forks behind home plate in the bunker. And the Goldpanners will be the road team here in this first game. Merchants, the home team. Panners will be on the third base side dugout, and the Merchants on the first base side. The Everett Merchants wearing white pants and blue tops that say Merchants across the front. They have the black caps with the blue bills. And the Goldpanners wearing the gray pants with the red jerseys today with the snow-capped letters across the front spelling Alaska. And the red caps with the star and 49. James Donaldson Park as the sun lowers on the horizon here in southern British Columbia. The lights are on. This is the feature game of the day. We've had a few games finish up already today. There were two games prior to this one. In the finals earlier, the Seattle Studs hung on to beat the Seattle Blackfins by an 11-8 final. And the Burnaby Bulldogs fell to the Northwest Honkers in a long one right before this game. The Honkers outlasting the Bulldogs 13-8. Yesterday, there was one game as the ceremonies got started, the opening ceremonies in a Little League game. And then the home team Grand Forks Slag Dusters took on the Calgary Diamondbacks. The Diamondbacks all over the Dusters 14-3. It's Goldpanners baseball here on PannerVision. Gerald Von Dane with you live. This game starting in just a few minutes here. The Panners and Merchants having to wait because a couple of long games took place today, so that pushed back the start time. Remember, I keep you all up to date on my Twitter page, @VoiceOfGMN. Try to tweet out updates all day, scores from other games, and also what time our game will expect to start. You won't have to worry about that tomorrow. The Panners are off tomorrow, and so we'll enjoy a day around Grand Forks here. So hoping to get in the win column against these Merchants. The Goldpanners and Merchants ready to go here at the Grand Forks International. The Panners with a record of 9-6. Merchants, well, it's been tough to get information about all the teams here at the tournament. Been difficult finding rosters, stats, and all that sort of thing. So we'll do the best we can. We can give you the starting lineups for both teams, and I will go through those with you here now. First, for the Everett Merchants, they will start with center fielder number 23, Matthew McGovern. Batting second will be the second baseman, Max Finkelstein. Batting third will be the left fielder, Brody Raleigh. In the cleanup spot is TJ Armstrong, the first baseman. Then it'll be Reeve Boyd, the right fielder. And in the seventh spot will be Kai Miller, the shortstop. Or that's the sixth spot. The seventh spot would be Blake Skinner, who is at third base. Max Rodabaugh catching and batting eighth. And the designated hitter is Moy Lucatero. Moy Lucatero is the designated hitter in the ninth spot. Pitching for the Everett Merchants will be Brody Olmstead. So that's your Everett Merchants lineup. For the Goldpanners, they will lead off with second baseman Dario Freschi. He'll be followed by Caleb DeRozier at third base, and the left fielder Charlie Kalbrenner. The designated hitter is Eric Ruiz. Batting fifth is Noah Brooks. He's playing first base tonight. Troy Morrow, the center fielder, batting sixth. Will Bandel catching and batting seventh. Michael Ryan in the eighth spot. He is in right field, and J.R. Bedford, the shortstop, will bat ninth. Pitching for Fairbanks tonight will be Kyle Skritsky. Kyle Skritsky getting the start for the Goldpanners. Skritsky, the 6'3" left-hander from Point Loma out of Sunnyvale, California. He's a redshirt sophomore. Skritsky against Brody Olmstead for the Everett Merchants. And we will be back with first pitch on PannerVision coming your way next. It's the 2026 Grand Forks International Goldpanners taking on the Merchants. Welcome back to Grand Forks, British Columbia here for Goldpanners baseball under the lights. For the first time this year, the Panners will play here at night. Still light out, but sun has set and we'll start to get dark here. Yeah, we saw darkness last night for the first time in a few weeks. Goldpanners and Everett Merchants ready to go. The right-hander on the hill for the Merchants is Brody Olmsted, the 6-foot right-hander from Edmonds College, a freshman out of Mount Vernon, Washington, not too far from the Seattle area. And for the Goldpanners, as I mentioned, it'll be the 6'3" left-hander Kyle Skritsky out of Point Loma. Goldpanners baseball on PannerVision audio-only style here from Grand Forks. Impossible to bring a video broadcast from here, so we're going old school on the audio-only style. Panners and Merchants ready to go as Olmsted gets loose on the mound. So some high-scoring games, all 3 games so far. A lot of runs have been scored. And we'll see what we get in this Goldpanner game. Been unpredictable so far this season, hasn't it, when tuned into Goldpanners baseball? So who knows what to expect as the Panners take on this Everett Merchants team that comes out of the Pacific International League. A bunch of PIL teams, as always, here in Grand Forks. Some of them played earlier today. I mentioned the Studs and Honkers and Blackfins all played. And now the Merchants, the 4th and final team out of the PIL, playing here. And the first pitch from Brody Olmsted at 16 minutes past 8 local time. Gets a swing and a foul tip for a strike on Dario Freschi. So the Panners batting first here as the road team after the result of a coin toss. And Dario Freschi will lead off, followed by Caleb DeRozier. There is a Grand Forks website, Grand Forks International, and you can find that. Its stats have been tricky. They lost the contract or whatever ended with point streaks, so they don't have an up-to-date online scoring tracker. So that's been difficult as they try to iron out the kinks. But Freschi goes the other way, lining this one into left. So the Goldpanners have the leadoff man aboard here in the top of the first inning. Brings up Caleb DeRozier. DeRozier, the third baseman in the batting order for Fairbanks. The leadoff man aboard. Defensively for the Merchants, catching is Max Rodebaum, a veteran here with the Merchants. TJ Armstrong at first. Max Finkelstein at second base. The shortstop is Kai Miller, and at third it's Blake Skinner. The first pitch is down low for a ball. In the outfield, it's Brody Raleigh in left. Matthew McGovern in center field, and in right, it's Reeve Boyd. And the right-hander misses again. It's 2-0 here at James Donaldson Park. Just a perfect weather day here in Grand Forks today. Very comfortable temperatures, sunny skies. Great last 24 hours or so to get acclimated. This one is grounded to short, but it's off the glove of Miller, who tried to field it on one hop. So all the way over to third goes Freschi, and jogging into second base because the throw is off the mark. And then Freschi waved around third and scores. So the Goldpanners, on what looked to be a routine grounder to short, possibly double play ball, turns into a Goldpanner run, nobody out, and a runner at second base. The Panners get an early gift from the Merchants. And it gives Fairbanks a 1-0 lead here early. Freschi comes all the way around from first to score. And 2 errors on the play. And here's Charlie Kalbrenner. The ball was hit sharply to Kai Miller at short. Tried to field it on a hop, and it skips off the glove into center field. And then the throw did not go to second base. And then nobody was there to get the baseball, and that allowed Freschi to score. Now they got the runner hung up between second and third and tagged out easily. So DeRozier missed something there and is tagged out between second and third easily. So some crossed signals or something on the play. And that's a big first out here. Panners had nobody out, 1 run in and a runner at second, but now a run into and out on the base pass, something that happened on a few occasions in the last ball game in Fairbanks. This one's grounded to the right side. Finkelstein will throw on to first, 4-3 put out. And just like that, now 2 down. And Eric Ruiz will be the batter out of the cleanup spot. Ruiz, the designated hitter, he'll be followed by Noah Brooks and Troy Morrow. The bottom 3, Bandel, Ryan, and Bedford. Here in the opening game for the Goldpanners and Merchants. Here at the 2026 GFI, the 42nd annual edition of the Grand Forks International. Blue Monsters, about a third full right now in right. There is a video feed here through the Grand Forks International. Last year, I know a lot of people were syncing that up with our audio broadcast. Well, hopefully that works out for you all at home. Here's Ruiz, awaiting the pitch from Brody Olmsted. And the right-hander's breaking ball is in for strike 2 of Edmonds Community College in Washington. Most of the Merchants, Washington-based players. Most of them college kids. They have a few vets, some grads. Left that one upstairs. Goldpanners all amateur players, either in college or freshly out of high school. Eric Ruiz. He's been hot lately, last couple of games. Ruiz 4 for 7 with a home run, a triple, 6 runs batted in, and 4 runs scored. Ruiz takes strike 3, and that's it. So tough start for the Merchants. The Goldpanners, though, run into an out and then go quietly. It's 1-0, though, Fairbanks as we head to the bottom of the first here at the Grand Forks International. Goldpanners baseball live from the Grand Forks International 2026, an 8-team tournament this year. A couple fewer than a season ago. At times, this tournament has had 12 teams. The tournament's been going on for quite some time. Goldpanners have a 1-0 lead as we start the bottom of the first inning. And the Panners are on the field. The Everett Merchants will bat here, trailing 1-0, and start with Matthew McGowan, who hits this one high into right field, barely having to move. And making the catch is the right fielder Michael Ryan. So McGowan is out number 1. For the Merchants, brings up Max Finkelstein. Finkelstein, the second baseman for Everett, facing Kyle Skritsky. Skritsky getting the start here tonight. 6'3" left-hander from Point Loma. Redshirt sophomore making his 5th appearance of the summer. Over 9 2/3, has allowed 3 runs on 10 base hits. He has struck out 11 and walked 3. The left-hander's pitch is down low for a ball. Started a little bit later than anticipated, or later than scheduled at least. Kind of expected to have a late start. Oftentimes these games last a little longer. There is a run rule. 8 runs, an 8-run lead after 7 innings. And the game ends. There were a lot of those run rules last year. Panners run ruled the Northwest Honkers in the first game of the tournament last season. Skritsky working here to Max Finkelstein. Kyle Skritsky's last outing was in the Midnight Sun game in a relief role. Through 1 inning, gave up a run on 2 hits, struck out the side. Panners lost the Midnight Sun game, but winning 2 straight after that before departing Fairbanks a couple of nights ago. Here's the 2-1 delivery, and it misses inside. It's 3-1. Max Finkelstein out of Pacific University from Seattle, Washington. A right-handed hitter against the lefty Skritsky, and this one is lined into center field. Coming in a few steps to make the catch is Troy Morrow for the Goldpanners. And 2 down for the Merchants for Brody Raleigh, the left fielder. Josh Berry coaching this Merchants team again this year. Been there a while, was an assistant before taking over the head job. Brody Raleigh from Western Carolina University. He's a New York State native. And somehow made his way to Everett, Washington. Raleigh batting with 2 down and nobody on against Skritsky. Always interesting to see how the Panners match up against the teams here in Grand Forks, especially the ones out of the PIL. And today our first look against a PIL opponent. Panners getting a lot of rest over the last 24 hours or so after a long, arduous trip from Fairbanks. Strike is called. It's 1-1 on Raleigh. We had a game on getaway day. Everyone got packed up, went to the airport around 10:30. Flew out a little after 1 a.m. Flew to Portland, had a layover there. Flew to Spokane, Washington, had to wait nearly 2 hours. Signals were crossed on our bus pickup, so we had to wait a long time for the bus to come. No fault of theirs. And then stopped for some food in Spokane, and then bussed up here to Grand Forks. Got settled in around 3 p.m. yesterday, and then time for everyone to rest up and catch up on lost sleep after a big solstice weekend and a long overnight trip. 3 balls and a strike. Skritsky working to Raleigh with 2 down and nobody on here in the bottom of the first. A natural grass surface here with dirt around the base paths. Beautiful field here, reserved just for this tournament every year. Lands in for a strike. It's now 3-2 on Raleigh. TJ Armstrong would bat if Raleigh can find a way on base. Skritsky gets the sign, toes the rubber, and readies with the payoff pitch. Called strike 3, and Skritsky goes 1-2-3 here in the first. And after 1 in Grand Forks, it's the Goldpanners 1, Merchants nothing. Garrow Von Dane back here in Grand Forks, 2026 GFI, 42nd annual edition. Goldpanners taking on the Everett Merchants. First action for both teams here at the tournament that got started last night. Just one game last night, a couple here this afternoon. And the Panners leading 1-0 as we start the second, and Noah Brooks grounds this one to short. The throw across is in the dirt, but a good play at first by Armstrong to dig out the throw from Miller. And Noah Brooks is out number 1 on a 6-3 ground out. Panners got a run in the first inning. Got a leadoff single from Dario Freschi, and then a routine ground ball by DeRozier. Went to short, but Miller had it go off of his glove. And that everyone was safe, but the play continued because the throw from center field came in and missed second base. So DeRozier wound up at second on the play, and Freschi came all the way around to score. DeRozier was then picked off for the first out. And then pitcher Brody Olmsted took care of the next 2 Goldpanners. So the inning started with some high potential, and the Panners will settle for 1 run. And now Olmsted works here to Troy Morrow in the second inning. Morrow, Goldpanners center fielder. Freshman at Florida Atlantic. Manteca, California native, 6'4", 210. A left-handed hitter against the righty, Brody Olmsted. We are right behind home plate here. In the bunker, great viewing point, other than the protective chain link fence. And a beautiful view here in Grand Forks at James Donaldson Park. There are some mountains in the distance that are pretty close beyond the left field fence. That's how close. That's United States territory. That's how close we are to the border. I'll put a picture on my Twitter page. Tonight's vantage point from home plate, so you can see that if you wish. 3 balls and a strike to Troy Morrow. Since we don't have Kinley here, I'll be putting stuff on my Twitter page throughout this trip at Voice of G-Man. Morrow lifts this one high into center field, drifting back towards the fence and making the catch as the center fielder McGowan. And that is the second out of the inning. Brings up Will Bandel, Goldpanner catcher. Will Bandel for the Goldpanners. Will be a freshman at UC Irvine. Temecula, California native. swing and a miss. 2 outs and nobody on as Brody Olmsted tries to go 1-2-3 on the Goldpanners here in the top of the second inning. Again, the Panners are the road team after a coin toss. So batting first tonight. And this one is grounded up the middle and through for a 2-out single for Will Bandel. A couple of hits for the Goldpanners so far tonight, and that brings up Michael Ryan out of San Marcos. Michael Ryan, Goldpanner right fielder tonight. So he gets to hear from the guys in the bleachers in the Blue Monster. They're very situated very close to the right fielders, so that's who gets to hear from them. And I haven't seen the boot yet today. In the right field bleachers. Normally there's the boot there that they swing and throw on the field anytime somebody makes an error. And the runner is leaning, and he's picked off for the final out. Picked him off from behind. Great throw by Rodabaugh. And the tag and 2 Goldpanners picked off in the first 2 innings already. The inning comes to a close, and after 1.5, it's still Goldpanners 1, Merchants nothing. Welcome back to Grand Forks, British Columbia. Garrow Von Dane with you live. Yep, we're live here, Goldpanners baseball, audio-only style. But you can try and sync it up with the video broadcast on the Grand Forks International website. I know a lot of people had success doing that last year. I can't see the YouTube chat here. We don't have a screen. But Bam Bam's back in Fairbanks monitoring things, so he will occasionally send me some screenshots of what's going on. But make sure you get involved in the YouTube chats on the PannerVision page. Panners leading 1-0 as we start the bottom of the second inning. Kyle Skritsky back out for the Goldpanners. Skritsky went 1-2-3 in the first, now faces TJ Armstrong, Reeve Boyd, and Kai Miller, the 4, 5, and 6 spots in the Merchants batting order. Beautiful Tuesday night here in Grand Forks. The lights are on as it gets a little darker. And the left-hander's pitch gets a swing and a miss. The first baseman Armstrong wearing a hoodie under his jersey. Goldpanners and Merchants have met many times over the years. The Merchants were run by Harold Pyatt for about 50 years. Harold Pyatt hanging up the coaching reins after 2023. Swing and a miss. Armstrong strikes out against Skritsky. One down for Reeve Boyd. Skritsky on the season over 9 2/3 has struck out 11 and walked just 3 before tonight. And here's Reeve Boyd. Reeve Boyd for the Everett Merchants. Yeah, Harold Pyatt was around so long with this Merchants team. It's just, they're one and the same pretty much until recent years. High pop fly into shallow center, and Troy Morrow full speed makes the catch on the run. Take care of Boyd, 2 down. And now Kai Miller. Kai Miller, right-handed hitter from Everett Community College, sophomore out of Bothell, Washington. Harold Pyatt played for the Merchants for many years, even into his 40s. An NBC World Series Hall of Famer. Merchants were born in 1963. Won the NBC in 1988. And then were runners up just a handful of years ago, but lost in the championship game to the Kansas Stars, who were comprised of all former Major League players. And the Merchants made the championship game and then had to face Roy Halladay the next day to try to win the trophy. The late Roy Halladay. And the rest of that team comprised of former major leaguers. That major league team played 2 seasons, slightly different rosters. The first season, the Kansas Stars were eliminated by the Hayes Larks in an 18-inning game. This is a high fly ball into center field by Miller. Morrow's there to make the catch, and 6 up, 6 down for Kyle Skritsky. 1-0 Goldpanners after 2. Back here in Grand Forks, British Columbia, Garrow Von Dane with you live, audio-only style from the Grand Forks International 2026. The Goldpanners leading 1-0 as we start the third. And a good start to this ball game. Panners picked up an unearned run in the first inning. And now bat here in the top of the third. Panners have a base hit in each of the first 2 innings, but also have runners picked off in each of the first 2 innings. And now Michael Ryan will lead off, followed by J.R. Bedford. Then the top of the order, Dario Freschi. Beautiful. Grand Forks, British Columbia. I understand there's some people watching the video broadcast and confused by some of the stuff that's on there. Yes, this is the Goldpanners' first game of the tournament, also the Merchants' first game of the tournament. 2 balls and a strike. He leaves it downstairs. It's 3-1 to Michael Ryan. Ryan from San Marcos, a junior out of Gridley, California. The right-hander facing the right-hander, Olmsted. And this one is hit high and deep to left field, but it's carrying back. This ball is back to the fence, and center fielder McGovern crashes through the fence, and the ball is gone. It's a home run for Michael Ryan. And the fence opens up right where McGovern ran into it trying to get to that baseball, and no one's going to get to it because Ryan goes yard for his first home run, and the Panners take a 2-0 lead. Ball just kept going and going right at the 370 mark, and now one of the umpires goes out to check the fence. That's right where it opens. And so everybody looks to be okay. But Ryan goes yard to open up the third inning. 2-0 Goldpanners. And for Fairbanks, that's home run number 7 on the year as a team. Goldpanners start the day batting .292 and averaging 6.66 runs per game, if you feel me. Panners' third game away from Groudon this year. Started the year with 2 games in Anchorage against the Glacier Pilots. 1 strike to J.R. Bedford, Goldpanners shortstop. Headed to University of San Francisco. 2-0 Panners here in the top of the third. Bedford drops one down right in front of home plate, and it went right back to the mound, so an easy play for Olmsted to throw out Bedford 1-3. And that's the first out of the third inning, and brings up Dario Freschi for the Goldpanners. Freschi so far on the season is batting .302. But Dario is second on the team with 12 runs batted in. Number 1 is Ruiz with 14. Ruiz piling up the RBIs in the last few games. 6 of them in the last couple. The right-hander's pitch. In for a strike. It's 1-1 on Freschi, who singled and scored in the first inning. He'll be followed by Caleb DeRozier, and he lines this one foul into the stands up the right field side. There are grandstands built from concrete right above us here, behind home plate. And then some few bleachers on the left field side, but most of the seating down the right field line, including the Blue Monster in the corner, the big high wooden bleachers. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Dario Freschi, the left-handed hitter, against the righty Olmsted. And the 2-2 delivery is down low, 3 balls and 2 strikes. One out in the top of the third. And the payoff pitch, just fouling it off, is Dario Freschi. Panners are off tomorrow, and we'll be back in action on Thursday. And it's ball 4. Fresky on for the second time in the ball game. Tomorrow's games here at the park, the Burnaby Bulldogs against the Seattle Blackfins, and Grand Forks versus Everett. Home team Grand Forks got beat up last night, 14-3 in the opening game of the tournament. Caleb DeRozier reached on an error his first time up on a ground ball to short. Hard hit ball misplayed by the shortstop Miller. He went to his left to field it off the glove. DeRozier, 375 hitter coming in. He bats with Fresky at first and one out. One run is in on the leadoff home run by Michael Ryan. Everett keeps throwing over to first base, and why not? They've picked off 2 Goldpanners so far. Kyle Skritsky starting for the Goldpanners, but the Panners will throw a few different arms today. Aren't looking to get Kyle to go deep in this game. And there goes the runner from first, and this ball is hit hard to left center field by DeRozier. This ball's going back, and it's short hops the fence in left center, and coming around third and scoring is Fresky, and it's 3-0 Goldpanners on the long double by Caleb DeRozier. Almost the same part of the park where Ryan went yard. This one didn't have the same distance on it, but pretty close. And DeRozier drives in another Goldpanner run, and it's 3-0 Fairbanks in front. Brings up Charlie Kalbrenner. Formerly of Western Iowa, batting .308 so far on the season. 6 runs batted in. Kalbrenner grounded out to second his first time up. Panners making good contact here in the third inning. No wind to speak of at all here tonight. Swing and a miss. Kalbrenner steps out and resets himself. It's 0-2 against Brody Olmsted, the right-hander for the Merchants. And it's down low for a ball 1-2. Another interesting note in this tournament this year, for the first time there is a female participant, Allie Schroeder, playing for Grand Forks. He was a number 5 draft pick in the Women's Professional League. Played for Team Canada. And Kalbrenner swings and misses for strike 3. Second strikeout for Brody Olmsted, and brings up Eric Ruiz. Struck out looking his first time up. So it'll be interesting to see Allie Schroeder play for Grand Forks. He's a right-handed pitcher. Ruiz started the day batting .267. Leads the team with 14 runs batted in and hits this one high into left and drifting towards the line, and underneath it to make the catch is the left fielder Raleigh. And that'll do it for the Goldpanners here in the third, but they score 2 runs, including the solo home run from Michael Ryan, RBI double from DeRozier, and it's 3-0 Fairbanks after 2.5. Blake Skinner leads off for the Everett Merchants as we go to the bottom of inning number 3 here at James Donaldson Park here in Grand Forks, British Columbia. So from one beautiful location in Fairbanks to another, very different geographies, but gorgeous nonetheless. We're thrilled to be here in Grand Forks again, see all of our old friends here on the year-to-year basis. Blake Skinner, Max Rodabaugh, and Moy Lucatero due up here. 7, 8, and 9 spots for the Merchants. 6 up and 6 down for Kyle Skritsky so far, the left-hander for the Goldpanners. 3-0 Fairbanks in front of the Everett Washington Merchants. Everett a little ways north of Seattle. Home of the Everett Aqua Sox minor league team. The Goldpanners and Merchants played at that ballpark a few years ago. Swing and a miss. Skritsky strikes out Skinner. Skritsky takes care of 3 so far in the game. And here's Max Rodabaugh. Max, another familiar face with the Merchants. Catcher from Everett Community College, from Linwood, Washington. Ran into our friends from the Studs yesterday. They got a victory earlier today in a long game. But when we're watching these other games, we always kind of hope for these high-scoring games because you want other teams to use their pitching. And you hope to get efficient outings if it's your team. Max Rodabaugh. Goldpanners trying to defend their title this year, winning it all last year. Wasn't easy, though. Had to win a game on Saturday, and then a 9 a.m. game on Sunday. Had to go 15 innings for the win, and then come back a few hours later and play the championship game. And we're able to do so and win their first title since the 20-teens. Panners winning it in 2019. I was talking about Harold Pyatt, who started and ran the Merchants for so many years, also in the Hall of Fame here at the Grand Forks International. 3-1 to Rodabaugh from Skritsky. 1 out, bases empty here in the bottom of the 3rd, and Skritsky's pitch is up high for ball 4. First base runner and first walk for Skritsky. And the Merchants have a runner on with 1 out for Moy Lucatero, the designated hitter for the Merchants, out of the 9 spot. Panners will have the off day tomorrow. Most of the guys will head to Christina Lake, beautiful recreational lake nearby. Some guys will be golfing. I know Brett Latchman's probably going to be golfing every day, along with a few others. And so much to do here for an outdoorsman. Fishing, hiking, boating. Beautiful place. A little over 4,000 is the population. But a great summer destination. Swing and a miss. The confluence of the Granby and Kettle Rivers here. That's hence the name Grand Forks. Lucatero, the DH, with a 1-ball, 1-strike count. Runner at first. And that one's spiked in the dirt. Dug out by the catcher, Bandel. Again, Panners playing on the natural surface here for the first time this summer, after playing on the field turf in Fairbanks as well as in Anchorage. Here's the 2-1 delivery. And that one just misses upstairs. 3-1. A 1-out walk to Rodabaugh. Now the count 3-1 on Lucatero. We'll see what Skritsky does here against the number 9 hitter, Moy Lucatero. The 3-1 delivery is there for a strike. It's 3-2. Panners' team earned run average this year, 3.57. Skritsky peers at the runner at first and readies with a payoff pitch. Misses just a little bit low. Back-to-back walks from Skritsky, and there are 2 on now for the Merchants. Panners leading 3-0. Merchants do not have a base hit, but after the strikeout of Skinner have earned 2 walks. And now we go to the top of the order. Pardon me, I'm still fighting this whatever I have. Matthew McGovern, the center fielder for the Merchants, who flew out to right in his first plate appearance. And Skritsky will try to get him to hit something on the ground, maybe turn 2. Drops one in for a strike. Gets out in front. The dugouts here are above ground level. They're on ground level, so they're not dug out. You see a lot of line drives go into those dugouts. And he tried to bunt and missed for strike. It's 0-2 on McGovern. So he takes a strike, then tries to bunt on the next pitch and misses. Matthew McGovern now in the hole 0-2 with 2 on. Didn't miss by much. 2-2 now. Skritsky trying to take care of the top of the order hitter with 2 on after back-to-back walks. And a left-hander's 2-2 delivery. He left it up high. Now it's 2-2. Scoreboard keeps throwing me off. I got to quit paying attention to it. Now a 2-2 from Skritsky. I saw pitching coach Brad Latchman have some words for the home plate umpire. Here's the 2-2. That one's fouled off the wall behind home plate. Garrel Von Dane here in Grand Forks. Under the lights as it gets dark here in southern British Columbia. And just across the United States border. All posted up at the Grand Forks Inn and ready to settle in for this tournament that will wrap up on Sunday afternoon, 3 p.m. championship game. Grounded foul. In order to win this tournament, you have to win Saturday and then win 2 games on Sunday. The teams split up into 2 pools, the Larry Semenoff division and the Jerry Foster division. The Goldpanners are in a pool with the Grand Forks Slag Dusters, the Calgary Diamondbacks, and these Everett Merchants. The Panners will play all 3 of those teams. 2-2 misses. It's 3-2 now. Skritsky had put down the first 7 batters in a row, but then a couple of walks, and now a 3-2 count on Matthew McGovern. And a payoff is swung on and popped out of play. So McGovern just has fouled off a bunch of two-strike pitches and making Skritsky work here. And wanting a timeout here is catcher Will Bandel, so he'll go out and talk to Skritsky before he throws this payoff pitch. But the Merchants are in a little bit of business here with 2 on and 1 out after the 2 walks. McGovern the batter with Finkelstein on deck. The walks so often come back to get you. And Skritsky trying to make sure he doesn't walk the bases full here. But also doesn't want to serve anything up on a platter to the top of the order hitter, Matthew McGovern, who keeps fouling off 2-strike pitches. Bandel returns to his position behind home plate. And Skritsky prepares with a 3-2 offering. It was right there, and it's fouled off again. And Skritsky wondering what he's got to throw this guy. A long at bat for Matthew McGovern. Payoff pitch is down low. So McGovern draws the walk after fouling off a ton of 2-strike pitches. And Skritsky has walked the bases full. And in a tough spot now with 1 out and the bases loaded. He will face Max Finkelstein. The Merchants trail at 3-0 here in the bottom of the 3rd, but have a golden opportunity to get right back into this thing. Rodabaugh at 3rd, Lucatero at 2nd, and McGovern at 1st. Skritsky now to Finkelstein, who lined out to center his first time up. And the first pitch gets a swing and a miss. Can he get a double play ball? A right-handed hitter from Pacific trying to drive in some Merchants runs. The 0-1 up high, it's 1-1. Merchants on every base. And Skritsky's 1-1 pitch to Finkelstein. In for strike 2. Could use a double play ball here. The Merchants so far haven't had to put a ball in play in this inning. The 1-2. He reaches out and slaps this one towards right. Coming in and making the catch is Ryan. Runner. Oh, he caught that on a hop. Oh no, it was caught out of the air. It's hard to see right now. That's the second out of the inning. So Ryan makes the catch, and it's shallow enough that everyone has to stay put. And now with 2 down, Brody Raleigh will bat. Raleigh struck out looking his first time up. Can Skritsky leave the bases full here? First pitch to Raleigh, another right-handed hitter against the lefty Skritsky. And it's a strike. Must be big if Kyle can strand the bases full. That one's up high, 1-1. Brody Raleigh with 2 outs and the bases full for the Everett Merchants here in the bottom of inning number 3. Raleigh from West Carolina University, trying to get the Merchants on the board and more. Swings and fouls this one off, and it's 1-2. Skritsky now 1 strike away from leaving him loaded. Piling up the pitch count here in the 3rd inning after a very efficient first 2, so probably the last inning for Skritsky tonight. And just trying to get that last strike here now. The 1-2 pitch. Whoa. Just misses low. 2-2. Raleigh the batter with Armstrong on deck in the cleanup spot. This is a big at bat in this game right now with 2 down and the bases loaded. 3-0 Goldpanner lead. The 2-2 pitch from Skritsky. Down low and inside. And the count goes full. 3 balls and 2 strikes with the bases loaded. Huge pitch coming up to Brody Raleigh. Time is called as a ball comes out of the bullpen onto the field. And man, oh man, huge pitch here coming up from Skritsky to Brody Raleigh. 3 walks have loaded the bases, but there are 2 outs. The payoff pitch from Skritsky to Raleigh. Misses inside for ball 4. The 4th walk of the inning brings in the first Merchants run as Rodabaugh comes in to score. Give an RBI to Raleigh, and here comes the cleanup hitter TJ Armstrong as time is called, and Goldpanner pitching coach Brett Latchman will come out to the mound. Wow, well, Skritsky was just cruising, 7 up and 7 down to start the ball game, but now 4 walks in the inning. Also a strikeout and a flyout. And really, you just got to get this next out. Not the end of the world to give up a run. But right now the Merchants have just not had to swing the bat in this inning, and they've got a run on the board. Everybody moves up 90 feet, so Lucatero to 3rd, Montgomery to 2nd, and Raleigh to 1st. And here's TJ Armstrong. Now, while I say that, the Merchants have done a good job of staying alive with 2-strike pitches by fouling them off. And now Latchman returns to the Goldpanner dugout on the 3rd base side. And Skritsky will work to TJ Armstrong, trying to get out of this bases loaded jam. 1 run is in. It's now a 3-1 ball game. Armstrong struck out swinging his only plate appearance so far. And he swings and skies this one up and back, and this will get over the seats for strike 1. The Merchants knowing that Skritsky needs to get ahead in count, so they're swinging away early. But that one's fouled out of play. Home plate umpire returns with some fresh baseballs. James Donaldson Park here in Grand Forks, British Columbia, nighttime. The feature game of the day, the Goldpanners and Everett Merchants. The 1-strike pitch to TJ Armstrong. Swung on and grounded to 3rd. Nice play by the 3rd baseman, DeRozier, who throws on to 1st for the final out. Skritsky allows 1, but strands the rest. And after 3 complete now, It's the Goldpanners 3 and the Goldpanners 1. I mean, the Goldpanners 3 and the Merchants 1. How about that? Goldpanners bat here in the top of the fourth inning with a 3-1 lead over the Everett Merchants. Merchants get a run on courtesy of 4 walks in the bottom of the third. Panners and pitcher Kyle Skritsky get the ground out to end the inning and leave the bases full. And that one hits off the top of the helmet of the Goldpanner batter, Noah Brooks. He was ducking and crouching out of the way of that breaking ball. Skims off the helmet. He's okay, and Brooks will take first base. And the leadoff man aboard for the third time in the game for the Goldpanners against Brody Olmsted and the Merchants. Tomorrow's game's a 1 o'clock game between the Burnaby Bulldogs and the Seattle Blackfins. And at 4 o'clock, it's the Grand Forks Slag Dusters against the Everett Merchants. Again, the GFI has their own website, and I will keep you up to date on my Twitter page at Voice of G-Man. You can follow me there. And again, a lot of people are syncing up the video and audio broadcast. You can hit pause on one, I think on the video, until you get it synced up. And has seemed to work out pretty good for viewers last year. Every team makes the weekend games with the 8-team tournament this year. The winners of the divisions get to play the night games on Saturday. The 4 o'clock game and the 7:30 game. And then Sunday, the semifinals are at 9 a.m. and noon with the championship game at 3 p.m. on Sunday. Three balls and no strikes here. And it's ball 4 tomorrow. So a hit batsman and then a base on balls. And there are 2 on for the Goldpanners. Here in the top of the fourth, Fairbanks leading Everett 3-1. A lot of prize money here. The champion wins $18,000. The runner-up, $10,000. That's important money. This trip and the hotels aren't cheap. And a bunt is put down third base side. It's a good one, a fair ball. Oh, and they say out at first base. And Coach Gonzalez doesn't like it and springs out of the dugout. Oh, it looked safe from our vantage point. And Coach Gonzalez running all the way over to first base and making his case right now. Oh, boy. Very close play at first on a great bunt by Bandel. It was a sacrifice, but he clearly was trying to get on base with the best bunt he could. And Coach Gonzalez is going to lose that one. So, but it goes as a sacrifice bunt. And now second and third with one out here in the fourth inning. And now Michael Ryan will bat. I was wondering if that ball was going to roll foul. And I was surprised that Skinner decided to play at the third baseman because I thought it was going to roll foul, but a smart play by him to not wait and wonder. Instead, threw the strike to first base, and out is the call at first. And this one is grounded to short with the infield drawn in. The runner takes off for third, so he's hung up. And then the runner goes from third to home. That's Brooks, and they have him hung up, and he's safe. The ball comes out of the glove of the third baseman. Now the runner hung up between second and third again as the rundown continues. Now he goes into third. Brooks tries to come home again, and he is tagged out. So now Gold at the corners with two down. And the Panners making base running mistakes again for the third time in 4 innings. Wow, I'm not going to be able to score that one. So now second and third with 2 outs. Yeah, now it's up to J.R. Bedford to try and bring in some Goldpanner runs. Base running has had its issues this summer. And certainly tonight. And it's a high pop fly into center field. Going back and underneath it to make the catch is McGovern, and the Panners squander an opportunity here in the fourth. 2 on, nobody out. They come up empty, but still lead it 3-1 after 3.5. Goldpanners baseball here on PannerVision, audio only style, but you can sync up with the video on the Grand Forks International website. It's 3-1 Goldpanners as we go to the bottom of the fourth, and a new pitcher for Fairbanks. On the mound is the right-hander Shannon Fee. So Shannon Fee takes over for Kyle Skritsky. Fee, the freshman from Hawaii, 6'4", 215-pound right-hander out of Honolulu. And he is facing the 5, 6, and 7 spots in the Merchants batting order. Reeve Boyd, Kai Miller, and Blake Skinner. Now the battery mates talking something over. And pitching coach Brett Latchman comes out as well. Square everything away. And a lot of interesting occurrences in the top half of the fourth inning. Goldpanners had runners at first and second with nobody out on a hit batsman and a walk. Then a beautiful bunt put down by Will Bandel up the third base line. Looked like he ran in safely, but the call was out. Coach Gonzalez arguing the call. Then the Panners run into an out, got into a couple of pickles, and one runner was tagged out. So then it was second and third with 2 down. And the fly ball out to center field ended the inning and the threats. So Panners do not score and have to settle for this 3-1 lead as we start the bottom of the fourth. And now Brett Latchman speaks to the battery mates, and not sure what the purpose of that visit was. But Shannon Fee will get back to work here against Reeve Boyd, who's 0 for 1 with a fly out to center field. Fee's pitch is down low for a ball. The breaking ball away from the freshman Fee. And you can hear the calls for Chug in the Blue Monster. Night game. Blue Monster filling up, crowd getting lively. The Goldpanners leading 3-1 here in the bottom of the fourth. Deals a strike. It's 2-2. Shannon Fee making his 4th appearance of the summer. He's thrown 8 1/3. 3 earned runs on 6 hits. He struck out 5 and walked 4. Ooh, upstairs at the head of Boyd, and it gets a piece of the helmet. A high heat. And that will put Boyd at first base. So a hit batsman to put the leadoff runner on. And Kai Miller will bat, the Merchants shortstop. Panners have had opportunities to open up this lead a little bit. The Merchants, so have kept it close and got a run in the 3rd inning thanks to 4 walks. Merchants still looking for their first hit of the game. And we are in the bottom of the 4th. Right-hander's pitch drops in for a strike on Kai Miller with Blake Skinner to follow. Garrow Von Dane here in Grand Forks, British Columbia. The moon is high in the sky. Over the lights in right field. Throw to first and runner back safely. Goldpanners scored on an error in the 1st inning. Solo home run by Michael Ryan in the 3rd. An RBI double from Caleb DeRozier also in the 3rd. Had 2 on with nobody out in the 4th and did not score. And the right-hander's pitch. The Merchants should feel fortunate right now, being in a 2-run game without having a base hit. The Goldpanners have had 9 base runners. in the first 4 innings. Shows bunt, takes a strike. 1-2. Kyle Skritsky, 3 innings, 1 run on 0 hits. He struck out 3 and walked 4. And they'll throw to first again. Shannon Fee, number 31. And the second pitcher of the game for the Goldpanners. Made a quick start to this game. The last inning or so has slowed down. There goes the runner on a breaking ball, swing and a miss for the strikeout. Throw to second, not in time. Well, they get the runner into scoring position on the stolen base, but Miller strikes out for the first out of the inning. A good breaking ball from Fee, and here's Blake Skinner, who struck out in the 3rd inning. Shannon Fee hasn't pitched in a little while. He started the opening game against the Utah Yaks. 4 innings, no runs on 3 hits. The Yaks scored 3 runs, but they were unearned. 3 hits, couple of walks, 1 strikeout. You're now facing Blake Skinner with 1 out and a runner at second base. In for strike 2. Goldpanners and Everett Merchants here in Grand Forks in the feature game. Crowds have started off slow these first couple nights. Haven't been as big as usual. Swing and a miss, and he strikes out Miller. And Skinner to follow. Back-to-back Ks. And now Max Rodabaugh will bat. He drew a walk in the 3rd inning, came in to score the Merchants' only run. Merchants trying to draw closer with a runner at second base, and now 2 down. Fee working to Rodabaugh. Right-hander's pitch is right there for a strike. Fee throwing strikes here in the 4th inning. He hit Boyd on a 2-strike pitch to open up the inning. Boyd then stole second. That's where he stands with 2 down here in the bottom of the 4th. Got just a bit upstairs, 1-1. Yeah, breaking ball in the dirt, so it's 2-1. Fee takes a little walk, adjusts the cap, and gets ready to face the Merchants catcher Max Rodabaugh and deliver a 2-1 pitch with Boyd at second base. And the 2-1. Runner way off a second, but nobody covering the second base bag. So Fee just steps off and looks him back. And now Fee with the 2-1. In for strike 2. Can he strike out the side and straight another Merchant? Two balls and 2 strikes now to Rodabaugh with Lucatero on deck. And the 2-strike pitch is called strike 3. 3 straight strikeouts after the hit batsman, and good work for Shannon Fee, the freshman from Hawaii. We played 4 complete here in Grand Forks. It's the Goldpanners 3, the Merchants 1. Back here in Grand Forks, James Donaldson Park. Beautiful facility, great place for some baseball, natural surface here for the 2026 Grand Forks International, 42nd season of the GFI. Huge event here in town, a small little town of Grand Forks. They love the baseball tournament every year. As soon as you step out into town, it's, the baseball guys are back. Must be time for GFI, and sure enough. It is just 8 teams this year, so smaller than normal. Goldpanners leading 3-1 as we start the 5th. Top of the order, Fresky, DeRozier, and Kalbrenner due up for Fairbanks. Goldpanners with 3 runs on 4 base hits. Merchants 1 run on 0 hits so far. Good work, Shannon Fee in the 4th inning in relief. Hit the first batter, but then struck out the side. And Brody Olmsted works to the Panners here in the 5th. And strike 2. 3 balls and 2 strikes here on Fresky, who has been on base both times in the game. Singled and scored, walked and scored. The left-handed hitting the leadoff man for the Goldpanners, Fresky, against the righty Olmsted, who steps off. Fresky, freshman from St. Mary's. Grounded to the right side. Backing up to field it on 2 hops is Armstrong. He'll throw to Olmsted covering the bag. 3-1 ground out to open up the 5th. Speaking of St. Mary's, mentioned it the other day on the broadcast, former St. Mary's player Ian Armstrong, who was Goldpanners MVP last season, now off to the Texas Longhorns after a sensational season. A bright future for Ian Armstrong, now off to Texas. Mikey Bell, former Goldpanner, and former Gonzaga Bulldog, headed to Georgia. So some high-profile transfers there from former Goldpanners. Saw that Jack Clark, who pitched for the Panners last season, the left-hander, is now going heading out to from San Marcos to Charleston Southern. Ball and a strike here on DeRozier. DeRozier, an RBI double in the 3rd inning, reached on an error in the 1st and skies this one into center field. Here in the 5th, underneath it, waiting for it to make the catch, is McGovern. 2 up and 2 down here in the 5th. Olmsted has not gone 1-2-3 on the Goldpanners. He did face the minimum in the 2nd, but there was a 2-out single by Bandel, and then Bandel was picked off. Here's Kalbrenner, who's 0 for 2 so far in the game. Panners leading 3-1, but probably feel like they should be up by more. Have run into 3 outs on the base paths. Had 2 on with nobody out in the 4th, and nearly thought they had the bases loaded with nobody out, but out call at first base on the bunt. But unable to score in that 4th inning. And now 2 out, nobody on for Kalbrenner, who takes a fastball for a strike. It's 1-2. Panners went unbeaten here in Grand Forks last season. That breaking ball is down low on the check swing. They say no, he did not go. It's 2-2. Kalbrenner trying to start something with 2 outs. Brandon Chun-Ming coaching at first. Marvin Flores over at 3rd. And here's the 2-2 from Brody Olmsted. And that one is fouled down the left field line into the Goldpanner bullpen. Charlie Kalbrenner for Fairbanks. A 3-1 ground out by Fresky. DeRozier flies out to center. Kalbrenner now with a 2-ball, 2-strike count in the top of the 5th. Takes ball 3. Kalbrenner waits the payoff pitch now from Olmstead. That right-hander is throwing in the Merchants bullpen. Ball tried to break down, but not in time, so it's ball 4. A 2-out walk to Kalbrenner. That extends this top of the 5th inning and also brings up the very dangerous Eric Ruiz. Ruiz 0 for 2. Has 3 home runs on the year. Panners have a home run tonight off the bat of right fielder Michael Ryan. If you hear all the noise, that's usually has nothing to do with the game. It's activities in the Blue Monster and right. But they also have a lot to say to the fielders, especially the right fielder, during the game. And watch out if you make an error. They'll be on you the whole time. 0-2 here on Ruiz. Goldpanner cleanup hitter with a runner on and 2 outs. Ruiz a strikeout and a flyout so far. And he takes upstairs. Olmstead thought he had strike 3, but it stayed up high. And Ruiz still alive here with the ball and 2 strikes. Right-handed hitting Ruiz. Awaits the 1-2. Not going anywhere at first is Kalbrenner, but now he takes off because the wild pitch gets away. Kalbrenner just had a very short lead that whole time, but able to take off on the wild pitch. And now he's into scoring position for Ruiz. Here in the top of the 5th with 2 down, 2 balls and 2 strikes. The right-hander is ready in the Merchants bullpen. And the 2-2 way up and in. And it's 3 balls and 2 strikes now. And you wonder if he loses Ruiz, if that'll be it for Olmstead. He was ahead, 0-2. And now has to deal a very important payoff pitch with Brooks on deck. The 3-2. Called strike 3. Ruiz and the Panners don't like it. Called 3rd strike, ends the top of the 5th. We played half a ball game here in Grand Forks. It's the Goldpanners 3, the Merchants 1. Garrow Von Dane back here in Grand Forks. It's the 2026 GFI. So good to be back, man. We look forward to this all year. Finally in our first game, Goldpanners leading the Merchants, the Everett Merchants. Last year there were two Merchants teams, including the Alameda Merchants. They had some behavior issues a year ago. They're not back this year. Speaking of which, neither's Jarvis. Jarvis has been banned from the tournament this year. So the Diamondbacks and the fans and us are all without Jarvis this year. Hoping he's able to come back next year. And still got to tell that story one of these days. It's 1-1 here. Fee working in the bottom of the fifth to Moy Lucatero in the 9 spot. Lucatero fouls this one off. And a great vantage point here behind home plate, just about 25 feet behind the dish. And then the bunker. Completely dark here now in southern British Columbia on the eastern edge of the province. And Fee gets a swing and a miss. What a start for Shannon Fee. Has struck out the last 4 Merchants after hitting the first batter he faced with a pitch up and in. And Fee will go to the top of the order here to face Matthew McGovern. But a good, tight, low-scoring ball game here after the first 3 games of the tournament. Had a lot of runs. The right-hander Fee will face McGovern, who's 0 for 1 with a walk. The Merchants got a run on 4 walks in the 3rd inning. A 3-1 lead for the Panners here in the bottom of the 5th. All these games are 9 innings unless somebody's leading by 8 or more runs after 7. Good old Grand Forks. Population 4,112. A lot of people come back to town just for this tournament every year, and the population grows. Ball and 2 strikes here, Fee to McGovern. Grand Forks was established in 1897. The 1-2. High drive into right center. Pretty far back, but in front of the fence, right in front of the tall fence in right center. It's the center fielder Morrow making the catch for out number 2. There's a really high fence in right center because there are some housing structures over there. And so in just one area of right center, the fence is about 3.5 times as tall as the regular fence. And with 2 down, here's Max Finkelstein. Finkelstein, 0 for 2, couple of flyouts so far. Grand Forks, as I mentioned, established in 1897 because of copper mining. Started with copper mining, then some other types of mining. Some lumber mills were established, and that was the basis for Grand Forks here along the rivers. Inside for ball 2. And the population really hasn't changed much in 100+ years. More people here in the summer, a lot of people having their summer homes, and then Christina Lake nearby, a lot of summer homes over there, as you might imagine. A lot of outdoor recreation. 2 balls and a strike. Our buddy Steve, who drives the bus for us. Great to have Steve back this year. We missed him a year ago when he wasn't able to be here. He just sold his house on Christina Lake. Here's the 2-1. And it's up high for ball 3. 2 down, the base is empty. Finkelstein, the batter, with a 3-ball, 1-strike count. Panners leading by 2. That one is fouled off of catcher Bandel, who was stung by the baseball there. I'm not sure where it got him, if it was the, looks like the right shoulder area. As he reaches up there to massage it a little bit, and Brett Latchman comes to check on him. Could hear the thud of the baseball off the deflection. The chest protector has a little extra padding right there, but got the empty spot. And so Bandel given a moment here to try and shake it off. But the count now full on Finkelstein, as Shannon Fee climbs the mound to deliver a payoff pitch. The base is empty. The right-hander gets the sign and readies with a 3-2 pitch. And it's popped out of play. The stadium in a residential area. Over the left field fence is the main road that goes through Grand Forks and takes you into town or out of town. Another payoff pitch from Fee. Grounder left side. Charging at the shortstop Bedford, who throws to first, and a good throw and a good catch over at first by Brooks. And a 1-2-3 fifth inning for Fee, who's been marvelous so far. We've played 5 complete here in Grand Forks. It's the Goldpanners 3, the Merchants 1. Goldpanners baseball here on PannerVision audio only style from Grand Forks. James Donaldson Park. Garrow Von Dane with you live. The Goldpanners leading the Merchants 3-1. First game for both teams here at the GFI. As we start the 6th inning. And leading off for the Goldpanners is Noah Brooks, and he gives this one a ride to left. This one is gone. Noah Brooks over the left field fence. The bomb makes it 4-1. Goldpanners here in the 6th inning, the second home run for the Goldpanners tonight. A leadoff jack over the left center field fence. The Panners like hitting the ball to that part of the park here tonight. And Brooks makes it 4-1 Goldpanners. Brings up Troy Morrow. That's the 3rd ball hit deep to left center by the Goldpanners tonight. The first one was Michael Ryan, and the center fielder McGovern went through the gate trying to get to the baseball, running into the fence, and the gate opened up. 4-1 Panners now against, that was against the new pitcher for the Merchants, Malachi Pearson. Malachi Pearson gets a rude greeting to this ball game. Brody Olmsted departs after 5 innings of work, holding the Goldpanners to 3 runs on 4 base hits. And now Pearson. And there's a drive by Morrow into right center field. And on the run, making a great catch is the center fielder, McGovern. Able to get to that one in full sprint, running towards right. And Morrow robbed of a base hit. But the Panners 2 hard hit balls off of Pearson here to open up the 6th inning. Tough break for Morrow brings up Will Bandel. You just feel like Morrow is going to break out here at any moment. And here's Bandel, who's 1 for 1 with a sacrifice. It looked like he was safe on the bunt sacrifice in the 4th inning, but was called out. Coach Gonzalez came out to argue the call to no avail. That would have loaded the bases with nobody out. Panners ended up not scoring in that inning. Bandel fouls this one out of play. 0-2 with 1 out and a run in on the leadoff solo home run by Noah Brooks. Makes it 4-1 Goldpanners. This one is grounded towards short. Miller in time to first, 6-3. And here's Michael Ryan, who I was just talking about, who homered right at the 370 mark at left center. 325 down the line. And it's really far to dead center. It's 430. Yeah, 430 feet to dead center. We thought Groudon was deep in center at 410. Michael Ryan, 2 outs, nobody on. 1 for 2 with that solo home run back in the 3rd. Takes a strike. 1-1 against Malachi Pearson. This ball is hit to left. Base hit. 2nd hit of the night for Ryan. The Goldpanners not satisfied yet. They continue to bat here in the 6th inning. It feels like the Goldpanners have really dominated this game, but still pretty close overall, 4-1. And here's J.R. Bedford. Throw to first. No, he won't throw. Catcher swallows the baseball after the pump fake. Panners have hit the ball hard off of the reliever, Malachi Pearson. Strike is called, though. He's ahead of Bedford here, 0-2. Runner at first, 2 down. Bedford swings and grounds this one to short, and the throw to first is in time to get Bedford. And the 6-3 ground out ends the 6th inning. Goldpanners, though, pick up a run on 2 base hits, including the solo home run from Noah Brooks. And it's 4-1 after 5.5 here in Grand Forks. Garrow Von Dane welcoming you back to beautiful Grand Forks, British Columbia. It's dark here tonight. The lights are on. And the Panners and Merchants in the feature game here in Grand Forks. Final game of the slate today. And Shannon Fee has done excellent work here in the relief of Kyle Skritsky. Fee, 2 innings, no runs, no hits. He struck out 4. The only batter that reached was hit by a pitch with 2 strikes. That was the first batter that Fee faced to open up the 4th inning. Now in the bottom of the 6th, working against Brody Raleigh, TJ Armstrong, and Reeve Boyd, the 3, 4, and 5 spots in the Merchants batting order. Kyle Skritsky started 3 innings, 1 run on 0 hits. He struck out 3, walked 4. And it's down low for a ball. It's 2-0. To Brody Raleigh, who struck out in the 1st inning, walked with the bases loaded to drive in a run, the only run for the Merchants, with 2 outs in the 3rd inning. Swing and a miss. It's 2-1. Goldpanners defending their 2025 GFI title. Talked about it back in Fairbanks. The semifinal game last year, the 15-inning win over the Seattle Studs, one of the most incredible baseball games I've ever witnessed or been a part of or anything. Just a monster ball game. Excellent pitching, great defense. Some people don't, like the low-scoring games, but you're crazy if you watched that game and didn't like it. It was incredible. So much drama, inning after inning. Situations, just a marvelous game. And the Panners defeating the Studs and advancing to the championship, and then having to shake that game off and come back and play a championship game. And we're able to do so to seal the title and win the trophy. And it's 3 balls and 2 strikes on Raleigh. And the left-hander Fee, or Boo, and has it fouled off. And Boo with the payoff. Gets a foul tip. It's not your Boo, he's not my Boo, he's Micah Boo. Facing Raleigh, then Armstrong and Boyd. A recent high school graduate, incoming freshman at St. Mary's from Fremont, California. Popped up high, and this one will find the seats. Two innings for Fee. No runs on no hits. Panners have gotten good pitching so far today. And now Boo's first batter is called out on strikes. Raleigh frozen on the 3-2 pitch. And that brings up TJ Armstrong with one down here in the bottom of the 6th inning. The Merchants' first baseman is 0 for 2 so far today. Micah Boo, the third Goldpanner pitcher today, has had a good start for Fairbanks. 9 1/3 so far this season, 2 runs. On 6 base hits, he has struck out 11 and walked 5 coming in. And that one's fouled back towards us here, right next to the crowd mic. In the press box behind home plate. 42nd year of the GFI. It started as a Labor Day tournament in 1968. This one is grounded to third. And the 5-3 ground out of Armstrong, 2 down, brings up Reeve Boyd. It was a first-time Labor Day tournament in 1968, and then they got more serious about things, and in 1975, the official Grand Forks International was born with a tournament. The lights were installed in 1981 here at James Donaldson, and then the grandstands above our heads here, behind home plate, were constructed in 1986. The Lewiston Truckers have the most championships with 9. They were, of course, coached by the legend himself, Ed Sheff, the Lewis Clark State Hall of Fame coach, who coached the Goldpanners in the early 2000s. The late Ed Sheff, a legend. Every story you hear about Ed Sheff is true, and then some. And you wouldn't believe him. Reeve Boyd in the hole here, 0-2. And Micah Boo. He gets a ground ball to the left side and through, and that's a base hit. The first hit of the game for the Merchants comes on an 0-2 pitch with 2 outs in the 6th inning. And Reeve Boyd gives the Merchants a base runner. And that brings up Kai Miller, who's 0 for 2 so far in the game. Earlier today, the Studs over the Finns, 11-8. Another one fouled back to the fence. The Honkers outlasted the Burnaby British Columbia Bulldogs 13-8. And this is the final game of the night. And Boo with the 0-1. One and one. Kai Miller, and then it would be Blake Skinner to follow. 13 minutes past 10 local time. Left-hander's pitch. Misses upstairs. It's 2-1. Boo just trying to finish off the 6th inning, keep the Goldpanner 4-1 lead. And the moon now high over the right field fence. And Kai Miller trying to keep this inning going for the Merchants. Boo's pitch gets a swing and a miss. Just a short lead over at first by Boyd. Tough to run with a left-hander on the hill. And it's 2-2. Two balls and 2 strikes. The breaking ball misses just inside. Spinning out of the way was Miller, but almost in there for a strike. And the count is full. 3 balls and 2 strikes now. Runner at first base. A lot of full counts tonight. And Micah Boo trying to take care of Miller with 2 down and a runner at first. Swing and a miss. Blows it by him. Second strikeout of the inning for Boo. No runs, 1 hit, 1 left on for the Merchants. We go to the final third of tonight's ball game. It's the Goldpanners 4, the Merchants 1. Ground ball to first to open up the top of the 7th inning off the bat of Dario Freschi, and taking it himself to the bag is TJ Armstrong, the first baseman for the Merchants. 1 pitch, 1 out here in the top of the 7th against the reliever Malachi Pearson. 2nd inning of work for Pearson after Brody Olmsted went 5 innings, giving up 3 runs on 4 hits. Caleb DeRozier, 1 for 3 with an RBI double in the game. This ball is hit high and deep to right. This ball is carrying off the bat of DeRozier, and it sails over that high fence in right center for a home run. Caleb DeRozier, the 3rd Goldpanner home run of the night. And he clears that tall fence in right center, and it's 5-1 Goldpanners. Caleb DeRozier with the jack to extend this Goldpanner lead. All solo home runs tonight, but nobody's complaining. Here's Charlie Kalbrenner. DeRozier with a rocket to right to put the Goldpanners up by 4. The Goldpanners had 6 home runs as a team before tonight. They've hit 3 here in this game. There's a ground ball to second. A 4-3 put out of Kalbrenner brings up Eric Ruiz. Ruiz 0 for 3 in the game. And perhaps surprisingly, he has none of the 3 home runs. Ruiz, a couple of strikeouts and flew out to left so far. 5-1 Goldpanners here in the 7th inning. Different tiebreaker situations this year and different importance on certain things. In years past, the run differential has a lot of meaning, but not so much this year with only 8 teams and everybody advancing to Saturday's action. Three balls and 2 strikes to Ruiz with Brooks on deck. 2 down, and 1 run is in on the solo home run for Caleb DeRozier. This one's foul back to the fence. Goldpanners baseball under the lights here tonight. Eric Ruiz. Freshman from Cal Baptist. We'll see a payoff pitch here from Pearson. And Malachi's pitch misses inside for ball 4. So Ruiz draws the walk. That brings up Noah Brooks. Brooks homered in his most recent at bat. It was the first batter faced by Malachi Pearson. He swings and pops this one high and out of play. The Merchants made a substitution in left, bringing in number 15 with the last name German, but we don't have rosters of these teams. Here's a one-hopper to short. They'll throw it to second for the force out. That goes 6-4. Fielder's choice ends the top of the 7th. It's stretch time here in Grand Forks. The Goldpanners lead it 5-1 over the Merchants. Micah Boo out for his second inning of work in relief. Third pitcher of the game for the Goldpanners after Kyle Skritsky and Shannon Fee. And this one's lined right past Boo, and behind second base, fielding it and throwing high is Fresky. Tough play for Dario. It's going to be a hit and an error, as Skinner will be in scoring position. Fresky had a chance if he throws a perfect strike to first, but he's running towards second base, throwing it back across the body. And the error allows the runner to go to second on the overthrow, so Max Rodabaugh has a chance to get the Merchants back on the board here. It's a 5-1 Goldpanner lead, bottom of the 7th inning here at James Donaldson Park on PannerVision. And the bunt is popped up, foul territory, and lands in front of the Merchants dugout. I see a lot of people are chimed in on the YouTube chat. Good to see. A lot of people tuning in. Thank you, Kari, for the wishes, and Andy Bunton, and Rodney, everybody checking in. So the word got out, I guess. And Kevin Arnold. Not only that, it's Mr. Carlos Gonzalez's birthday tonight. Me and Carlos share one, which makes for a fun birthday every year, as you might imagine. The manager hoping for a victory here on his birthday. Rodabaugh with a no-ball, 2-strike count here. Runner at second base. Micah Boo. Ooh, just missed 1 and 2. Merchants catcher is 0 for 1, but walked and scored in the 3rd inning. Merchants drew 4 walks in that 3rd to get on the board. Did not have a hit until there were 2 outs in the 6th, and now they have 2. And this is on that outside corner. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes. The 2-2 to Rodabaugh with Lucatero on deck. Boo chucks the runner at second. Gets the swing and the miss for the strikeout. Takes care of Rodabaugh. That's the 3rd strikeout for Boo. 3 Ks, 2 singles, and a ground out so far. In an inning and 2/3 for Micah Boo, the fresh high school graduate. Here's Lucatero. And still a runner at second base. With 1 out here in the bottom of the 7th. Merchants trying to chip into this 4-run Goldpanner lead. There goes the runner. A throw to third is in the dirt, and that will allow the runner to score. As coming around is Skinner. Couple of errors in the inning, and the Merchants are back on the board. Had a shot to get him, but the throw was well short of the third base bag up the line. And that allows Skinner to come all the way in from second base. And it's a 5-2 game. An infield hit and 2 errors and a stolen base. And it's 1-1 to Lucatero. Or 1-2, and the pitch gets a swing and a miss. Another strikeout. 2 down for Matthew McGovern. McGovern at the top of the order is 0 for 2 tonight with a walk. A walk in the third inning, just kept fouling off. 2 strike pitches, drew the walk to load the bases. That was a big at bat for McGovern. Panners were able to get the second out on a pop-up, but then with 2 down, Brody Raleigh drew a bases-loaded walk to get the Merchants on the board. Now they pick up their second run of the game here in the 7th. And again, it just feels like the Panners have dominated this game, but far too close for comfort here. 5-2 in the bottom of the 7th inning. McGovern takes one well off the plate. Well, Panners kind of going with a bullpen day today. Skritsky went 3 innings. Fee pitched 2 innings. And now Micah Boo trying to finish off his second inning of work. Well, Coach Gonzalez today not wanting to burn any one of these arms. Just get them some game action and have them available later in the week. That's how you win this tournament, by having enough pitching to last through the championship. Left-hander's pitch is bunted and popped back off the netting, so it's 2-2 now, as McGovern was trying to sneak his way on with a bunt single. Now we'll swing away with 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here in the bottom of the 7th inning. The 2-2 to McGovern with the bases empty. Again, just off the plate, Boo's been dancing around that zone. And now the count goes full, 3 balls and 2 strikes. We expect this to be the last inning of work for Boo. Hoping to cap it off with a K and shut the door on the Merchants here in the 7th inning. So many full counts tonight. And Boo readies with the latest one. Swung on and hit to the left side, and it's into left field for a base hit right in between Bedford and DeRozier. And the inning continues. A good piece of hitting by McGovern, and another strong at bat for the leadoff hitter. 2 hits in the inning, 2 strikeouts in the inning. And now with 2 down, it's Max Finkelstein. Finkelstein so far is 0 for 3 in the game. And again, the Merchants did not have a hit until there were 2 outs in the 6th. Now they have 3 singles. Skinner led off the inning with an infield hit. And a couple of errors later, came in to score. There goes the runner from first, thrown up to second, not in time. McGovern gets into scoring position with 2 outs. That time the throw was right there, but too good of a jump and too much speed from the leadoff hitter for the Merchants. 1 strike pitch coming to Finkelstein from Micah Boo. Late swing and a foul this one off. And again, Boo down to his last strike here in the inning. The outfielder's being repositioned now with 2 strikes. And Finkelstein awaits the 0-2 from Boo. That one's fouled out of play again. Brody Raleigh would bat if Finkelstein extend this inning. A base hit here would likely draw the Merchants to within 2. With the runner moving on contact and having speed at second. And another 0-2 pitch coming from Micah Boo. swing and a miss. Boo strikes out Finkelstein and strikes out the side. But the Merchants pick up a run on 2 base hits and a couple of Goldpanner errors. We played 7 complete. It's 5-2 Goldpanners. Welcome back to Grand Forks here at the 2026 GFI. First batter in the top of the 8th inning, Troy Morrow grounds one to first. And taking it to the bag is Armstrong. They'll take care of Morrow, 3 unassisted, 1 down on 1 pitch here in the top of the 8th inning. That brings up Goldpanner catcher Will Bandel. He'll be followed by Michael Ryan. A 5-2 Goldpanner lead, but not satisfied. Merchants are hanging around here. This ball is crushed, but hooking it foul. Will had plenty of distance on that one, but hooked it foul. So Bandel, 1 for 2 so far today with a sacrifice bunt. Facing Malachi Pearson. Pearson has given up 2 runs in 2 innings, both runs coming off solo home runs. Noah Brooks and Caleb DeRozier. And the noise you heard there was the crowd in the Blue Monster giving it to the Merchants bullpen for throwing a wild pitch out there onto the field of play, so time was called. Here's the 2-1, and now that pitcher's going to have to hear it until he's ready to come in the game. The Merchants bullpen is right there in front of the Blue Monster. And in front of the seats going up the right field side. Here's the 3-1 pitch to Bandel. And misses for ball 4. So a 1-out walk to Bandel. We'll bring up Michael Ryan, who's 2 for 3 tonight. A home run and a single so far. 3 Goldpanner home runs, all solo shots. Five to 2, the Goldpanners in front, but would love to get some more here. Merchants are in this game despite just 3 singles. Goldpanners with 7 base hits and 5 runs. The 3 home runs And just 5 total runs. This one is hit deep to left. This one is carrying, and that one is gone. Michael Ryan with his second home run of the game. Wow, and Ryan, a 2-run shot, makes it 7-2 Goldpanners. Some huge insurance runs here in the top of the 8th inning, and what a night for the San Marcos product, Michael Ryan. And again, to deep left center. The Panners have loved that part of the ballpark tonight. Wow, the 4th home run for the Goldpanners tonight. 3 of them right there to that same area in left center. The other home run went over the fence in right. And a conference on the mound and a pitching change coming up here. The Goldpanners have taken a 7-2 lead here in the 8th. The new pitcher into the game for the Everett Merchants is number 16, Landon Johnson. Landon Johnson, the right-hander, into the game now. The Goldpanners have taken a 7-2 lead in the 8th inning. And Johnson enters the ballgame, the redshirt freshman from Columbia Basin College out of Federal Way, Washington. Goldpanners getting a 2-run home run from Michael Ryan, his second of the game. And the Panners now lead at 7-2 here in the 8th. And the battery mates immediately have something to go over. So Rodabaugh, the catcher, goes out to talk to him. J.R. Bedford is the batter for Fairbanks. He's 0 for 3 tonight. Goldpanners with 8 hits in the game. 4 of those hits are home runs. Opening game for both of these teams here at the GFI. And it's down low. 1-0 on Bedford. 1 out, 2 runs are in. Due up is Dario Freschi. The right-hander, Johnson, gets a swing and a miss. Bedford played at Modesto College this year, now headed to USF. And the 1-1 delivery. That fastball is fouled out of play. Bedford has struggled a little bit at the plate this summer. Batting .122. He has 5 hits and 41 at-bats. And the 1-2 delivery from Johnson is way outside. Johnson was pretty wild in his warm-ups. Threw a few pitches to the backstop. That one well off the plate. Now 2-2 to Bedford. And this one is skied into left. Towards the line is German. Twists back and makes the catch to take care of Bedford for out number 2, and that will bring up Dario Freschi at the top of the order. Freschi so far today, 1 for 3, has scored a couple of runs, reached another time by way of a walk. Panners leading 7-2 here in the 8th. This game started at 16 minutes past 8 local time. We're now at 10:45 here in Grand Forks, British Columbia. He flew into Spokane. Bus picked us up and went and had, I call it breakfast, but it was in the afternoon. We went to a fantastic diner in Grand Forks. They took great care of us. The Calico Kitchen. Awesome food. A wonderful staff there at Calico Kitchen. We appreciate them. I guess they're used to those big groups. They feed the Gonzaga Bulldogs a lot. And General Manager John Lorkey called him up, said, hey, can you take about 30 people? I said, you bet, come on in. 2 balls and a strike. And it's in the dirt, 3-1 now to the leadoff man, Dario Freschi. Freschi for the Goldpanners. Freshman from St. Mary's, the Napa, California native. Awaits the 3-1 from Landon Johnson. And he swings and drives this one into left for a base hit. Freschi definitely not afraid of going the other way. And has the 2-out base hit for the Goldpanners as the 8th inning continues. Panners would love to put this one away. We've opened up a 5-run lead, but, never enough. Certainly not 5. Caleb DeRozier will be the batter. Heard a first, and Freschi hurt on the play, but not too bad. He's going to stay out there. The pickoff throw hitting him. And DeRozier now with 2 down. Caleb fouls this one back right over our heads. DeRozier homered his last time up. He's 2 for 4 with that home run and also a double. Couple runs batted in. That one way off the plate, unable to field it, was Rodabaugh. So jogging into second base is Freschi, so he gets into scoring position. No chance for Rodabaugh to make that play unless he was about a foot taller. Caleb DeRozier trying to drive in another Goldpanner run. Again, the Goldpanners are off tomorrow. That one way off the plate again. But able to reach that one was Rodabaugh. The only 2 games tomorrow, the Burnaby Bulldogs, who are 0-1, taking on the 0-1 Seattle Blackfins. The night game is Grand Forks, the home team here. They're 0-1, taking on these Everett Merchants. Swing and a miss from DeRozier. Well, the right-hander Johnson throws hard. It's just been a little wild. Here's the 2-2 to DeRozier. 2 outs and a runner at second base for the Goldpanners here in the top of the 8th. Yeah, that one's downstairs for ball 3. Should DeRozier reach, it would be Kalbrenner. The count is full. Landon Johnson to Caleb DeRozier. Payoff pitch. Ball 4 down and away. And that brings up Charlie Kalbrenner now. If you're wondering, nobody throwing in the Merchants bullpen. Goldpanners have a right-hander in the pen. You've probably seen the end for Micah Boo tonight. And the first pitch is in on the ankles to Kalbrenner. Landon Johnson. In a little bit of trouble here. 2 runs are in and now 2 on with 2 down. And the left-handed hitting Kalbrenner at the plate fouls that one off. Right side. One and one now. Johnson to Kalbrenner. Eric Ruiz is on deck. Would love to see him get a chance. See what Kalbrenner can do. Takes a pitch for a strike. It's 1-2. Righty-lefty matchup here. Johnson trying to finish off this top of the 8th. The 1-2 pitch. Swung on and chopped foul. Panners with a 7-2 lead now here in the 8th inning on June 23rd in Grand Forks, British Columbia. The 1-2 from Johnson again to Kalbrenner. Checked his swing. Runner takes off for third. The ball would have been in time, but it was in the dirt, and Skinner couldn't pull it out of the ground. Oh, but yet it was strike 3 on the appeal. So the inning comes to an end, and the Goldpanners will have to settle for 2 runs and take a 7-2 lead into the bottom of the 8th inning. How about that? 2026 GFI, 7-2 Goldpanners. Goldpanners baseball in a PannerVision audio only style from Grand Forks, British Columbia, the 2026 GFI. Nighttime under the lights for the first time this summer. We'll play the night feature game on Thursday night as well. Goldpanners leading the Merchants 7-2 here as we go to the bottom of the 8th inning. And the new pitcher into the game is the right-hander Jordan Bush. So Jordan Bush enters the ball game for Fairbanks, the sophomore from Incarnate Word, a 6'2 right-hander out of Livingston, Texas. Jordan Bush. And starts with a strike, and this one is grounded to third. Good scoop by DeRozier, who throws to first in time to get Brody Raleigh 5-3. 1 up and 1 down here in the 8th inning. Panners done a good job taking care of the leadoff spot tonight for the most part. And now here comes TJ Armstrong. Micah Boo goes 2 innings in relief. 1 run, but it was unearned on 3 base hits. So no runs charged to Micah Boo on 3 hits. He struck out 5 and walked none. Merchants have struck out 12 times against Goldpanner pitching tonight. They have earned 4 walks. Those 4 walks came in the 3rd inning against Kyle Skritsky. Here's the first baseman, TJ Armstrong, batting against Jordan Bush with 1 out and the base is empty. Takes a strike. 6 2/3 so far for Bush this summer. No earned runs on 3 hits. He has struck out 8 and walked 3. Garrow Von Dane here in Grand Forks as the Panners try to win the opening game of the Grand Forks International. That one just misses off the plate, and it's ball 4 to TJ Armstrong. So a 1-out walk to Armstrong will bring up Reeve Boyd. Getting late in the game for the Merchants, so they got to get to work offensively. Throw over to first base, the runner back safely. Goldpanners and Everett Merchants. These two did not meet up in last year's tournament, but have had some classic battles over the years here at the GFI. (7-2), the Goldpanners in front, but TJ Armstrong's at first base after the walk. And now Jordan Bush facing Reeve Boyd. And the right-hander Bush misses downstairs. It's 1-1. Kai Miller is on deck for the Merchants, who haven't gotten a lot going offensively tonight, but a few times the Panners have opened the door for them. They've gotten through for a couple of runs. But again, just 3 hits tonight, all singles. Panners on the other side, 4 home runs tonight. And 9 hits overall. Went upstairs to get a swing and a foul tip there for strike 3. Takes care of Boyd with some high heat. 2 down now for Kai Miller, who's 0 for 3 in the game. Bottom of the 8th inning. Merchants running out of outs here, but they have a runner on. With 2 down. Righty-righty battle, and Miller takes one down low. A lot of pitches thrown tonight. Some long, deep counts. Takes a strike. It's 1-1. Jordan Bush, the fourth pitcher of the game for the Goldpanners after Skritsky, Fee, and Boo. Bush checks the runner at first and gets a swing and a line drive foul into the stands. Look out in the blue monster. And it's 1-2. Bush resets himself on the hill. And not going anywhere at first base is TJ Armstrong. He reached on a one-out walk. Now with 2 outs. Bush misses inside for ball 2, 2 balls and 2 strikes to Kai Miller. He's struck out his last 2 plate appearances, and this is his first appearance against the right-hander Jordan Bush. And time is called. No, baseball on the field. And now Bush is ready to go with the 2-2 delivery to Kai Miller. And he misses up high. It's 3-2. Miller trying to find some way on here. And now we'll get a look at a payoff pitch from the right-hander Jordan Bush. And he misses up and away. It's ball 4. Another walk, the 6th walk issued to the Merchants. And the 2nd of the inning for Jordan Bush. A ground out, a strikeout, and 2 walks in the inning. And now head coach Carlos Gonzalez will come out to the mound. And Coach Gonzalez saying something to the second base umpire. I wonder if it's something to do with crowd involvement in right field. Oh, so the baseball that went into the bleachers then ended up on the field. And that's what Coach Gonzalez wanted the umpires to check on. But I don't know what they're going to do about this here. The umpires are looking out to the stands and right. And now the umpire up the right field line is heading back out there. I don't know if he's getting into position. No, it looks like he's going to go check on something in the blue monster or near it. As we wait. It's hard from our vantage point to see the blue monster. I have to really lean and change my position to see just the corner of it. But time is called because of this situation. And the ball that was fouled into the blue monster ended up back on the baseball field. And nobody had noticed. And now what's going on? Oh, they threw somebody out of the game, apparently. There's a lot more security this year here at James Donaldson Park. And Jarvis might have something to do with that. So now we get ready to play again. It's 7-2 Goldpanners as we reset. There are 2 on for the Merchants, both by way of the base on balls. And 2 outs here in the bottom of the 8th inning. The Merchants, the home team, by way of coin toss. And Blake Skinner finally ready to stand in. And the right-hander, Bush, starts with strike 1. After a long wait between pitches. Skinner 1 for 3 with an infield hit. The right-hander Bush with a 1-strike pitch. Gets strike 2 against the Merchants' third baseman, Blake Skinner. Max Rodeberg would bat, or Rodebaugh would bat, if Skinner finds his way on. The 0-2 pitch from Bush is grounded towards short, and the throw to first by Bedford takes care of Skinner. The 6-3 ground out ends the 8th inning. The Merchants leave a couple of men on, no hits, couple of walks. We are headed to the 9th inning here in Grand Forks. It's the Goldpanners 7, the Merchants 2. We've reached the 9th inning here, opening game for the Goldpanners and Merchants in the 2026 Grand Forks International, the 42nd annual edition of the GFI. The Panners, the defending champs after winning a year ago. Felt good to win, have come so close in recent years. Panners getting the title a season ago and now look to defend it here. And hope to start with a win against the Merchants. 1 inning to go here, and Goldpanners start here in the 9th inning. And Jake Sparks leading off in the Ruiz spot. Ruiz the DH, so Sparks just taking that spot in the batting order. Getting his first at-bat of the GFI. Ruiz ends an 0 for 3 day at the plate with a walk. Landon Johnson, the reliever for the Merchants. And just the 3rd pitcher in the game. And it's 3-1 here on Sparks. Takes a strike. The count will go full. Jake, a junior from Siena. 6'1" left-handed hitter from Hoosick Falls, New York. First plate appearance here in Grand Forks and awaits the payoff pitch from Landon Johnson. And takes outside for ball 4. So base on balls and a leadoff walk to Jake Sparks. There is a right-hander getting loose in the pen for the Merchants. Noah Brooks, 1 for 3 with a solo home run in the 6th inning. He's also hit by a pitch. And it's down low for a ball. Goldpanners leading 7-2 here at the GFI in the 9th inning. First year of the official GFI was 1975. Oh, and that one hits the batter Brooks up on the arm. So 2 on for the Goldpanners here with nobody out in the 9th inning, and that will bring Troy Morrow to the plate. Troy Morrow 0 for 3 with a walk so far. And was robbed of a base hit by a great catch in center field by McGovern. That was in the 6th inning. Morrow takes way up and away. So some control issues here for Johnson. Landon Johnson in some trouble here. 2 balls and no strikes. He walked the first batter of the inning, then hit the next batter. Swing and a miss. Second inning work for Johnson. And facing Troy Morrow, who's in front here with 2 balls and a strike. And swings through that one 2-2. Both runners staying put so far. And way outside, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Well, when Johnson misses, he misses by a foot. A 3-2. Swing and a miss. He takes care of Morrow, sweeper for strike 3. And that brings up Bandel. Will Bandel. Bandel is 1 for 2 so far, a single. Also walked and scored in a 2-run 8th inning. Goldpanners took a 1-0 lead in the first. Scored 2 more in the 3rd. 1 in the 6th, 1 in the 7th, 2 in the 8th. Have threatened in every inning, have run into a few outs on the base paths, gotten picked off, caught stealing. Swing and a miss. Meanwhile, the Merchants just 3 base hits tonight. But the Panners have issued some free passes, 6 walks in the game. That one has popped up, but backing out of play. It's 0-2 on Will Bandel with Michael Ryan on deck. Although Ryan does not have a bat in his hands. Well, yes, he does. No, he doesn't. Ryan Ruck has a bat in the on-deck circle. So Michael Ryan will not get to go for his 3rd home run of the night. Instead, he'll have to settle for just 2. And Ryan Ruck will get to his first plate appearance here at the GFI. Bandel strikes out, and Ryan Ruck will stand in now with 2 outs And runners at second and third. The right-hander Johnson readies with a 1-ball pitch. Ryan Ruck, the junior from Point Loma, San Diego, California native, 5'10" left-handed hitter against the righty Landon Johnson. 2 outs here in the top of the ninth. Base hit here would all but put it away for the Goldpanners. Already a commanding lead, and the Merchants down to their final 3 outs. The right-hander's pitch is in for a strike, and it's 3-1. After Ruck would be J.R. Bedford. Michael Ryan ends a 3-for-4 night at the plate with 2 home runs and 3 runs batted in. Three and 1 now to Ruck. Thought about it, takes strike 2. Sparks at third. And Brooks at second base. That one's down and in for ball 4. Third free pass of the inning. And now it's J.R. Bedford. Bedford will bat with the bases full. Here in the top of the ninth inning and 2 outs. This game has reached the 3-hour mark tonight. Bedford takes a ball high. JR is 0 for 4 in the game. He's 5 for 45 on the season. And that one's in the dirt and kicks away, and that'll bring another Goldpanner run home. The wild pitch allows Sparks to score. Breaking ball that landed in the dirt in front of catcher Rodabaugh. And the wild pitch makes it 8-2 Goldpanners. Gets the Panners out of the force out. So, as I always say, sometimes taking pitches helps out your offense. And Bedford takes 2 balls, including the wild pitch. The Panners bring another run home. It's 8-2. That one's in the dirt. Merchants did have a right-hander throwing in the pen. Nobody out there now. A 6-run Goldpanner lead. Bedford takes a strike. It's 3-1. After JR would be Dario Freschi at the top of the order. Here's a 3-1 delivery. And it's a breaking ball in the dirt for ball 4. And the bases are loaded, and you see the frustration on the face of the pitcher, the right-hander Landon Johnson, as he is struggling to find the strike zone here in the 9th inning. Time is called. And a visit to the mound to try and settle down the right-hander. 3 walks and a hit batsman in the inning, as well as a wild pitch. And Caleb DeRozier will be the batter with 2 outs. Some words of encouragement for the right-hander Johnson. And Caleb DeRozier, who is 2 for 4 tonight with a home run, a double, and a walk. Will not bat. It's Dario Freschi. Takes 1 ball. Up and away. And ahead of myself. After Bedford walked, I already moved right past Freschi, who is 2 for 4 in the game, has scored twice, and also reached on a walk and stolen a base. Fresky, the left-handed hitter, against the righty Johnson. With the bases full of gold. And 2 outs in the top of the 9th inning. And the 3-1 delivery. And swinging, he fouls that one off. And the count will go full on Dario Fresky. An 8-2 Goldpanner lead here in the top of the 9th inning. And he takes outside, ball 4. That'll bring in another Goldpanner run as Brooks jogs in to score. Give Fresky an RBI for the bases loaded walk. Everybody moves up 90 feet. Ryan to third, Bedford to second base. And this is Landon Johnson's game to get out. If nobody in the pen for the Merchants, they're not going to use another arm tonight. And he just looks tired right now, does Johnson, and frustrated as he continues to struggle with his control. He starts with ball 1 to DeRozier. Now DeRozier at the plate with the bases full of gold. Still 2 down here, top of the 9th. Swing and a foul tip. 4 walks and a hit batsman in the inning. Also 2 strikeouts. The 1-1 to DeRozier. Swing and a miss. Feast or famine for Landon Johnson. And again, he's 1 strike away from putting an end to this 9th inning. Well, the top half of the 9th, here's the 1-2. That one is swung on, hit towards third, and taking it himself to the third base bag is Skinner for the final out. The Panners leave him loaded, but they score twice. We will head to the bottom of the 9th inning. Last chance for the Merchants when we come back. It's the Goldpanners 9, Merchants 2. Pinch hitter for the Merchants as we start the bottom of the 9th inning. Dawson Segawa will lead off. Dawson Segawa for the Everett Merchants as they are down to their last 3 outs, facing Jordan Bush here in the bottom of the 9th inning, trailing the Goldpanners 9-2. Batting for catcher Max Rodabaugh. and strikes out to open up the bottom of the ninth inning. Jordan Bush trying to pitch the final 2 innings here for the Goldpanners and seal the 9-2 win here in their first game in Grand Forks. And another pinch hitter here. Trying to get a look at who it is. Oh, Maury Solam. Maury Solam pinch hitting in the 9 spot for Lucatero. Lucatero ends an 0 for 2 night at the plate. 1 out here in the bottom of the 9th inning. Maury Solam trying to give the Merchants something here in the 9th inning. And it's 1-2 from Jordan Bush. Good pitching tonight for the Goldpanners. Have held the Merchants to 2 runs on, well, that's a base hit through the right side. So Maury Solam gets himself a base hit with 1 out here in the 9th inning. Gives the Merchants something to cheer about. With a 9th inning base hit, this first hit off of Jordan Bush tonight, and just the 4th hit of the game for the Merchants. Now we go to the top of the order for Matthew McGovern. 1 out here in the bottom of the 9th. And Jordan Bush gets this one a roller up the first base side. It hits the edge of the grass and bounces foul. It was going to be a fair ball, but then hit the edge of the grass where it meets the dirt. Caromed into foul territory. And the pitcher Bush and batter McGovern share a chuckle over the play as they were converging. Would have been an easy out. (9-2). Goldpanners lead here in the 9th inning. Another long game for Fairbanks. Playing long ones recently. Those last few against the Yaks were over 3 hours. And this one well over 3 hours. In the nightcap here at the Grand Forks International. Fans don't mind a little extra baseball. Although beer sales were cut off already. They might mind that. Bush misses down low. It's 1-1 to Matthew McGovern. 1 for 3 with a single and a walk so far. Bats with Solam at first base. And he smacks that one foul out of play. The GFI feeding the Goldpanners after the game tonight from the barbecue stand. Stomach's already growling. Has been for a few innings. And now the 1-2 from Bush to McGovern. Lines this one right. That's a base hit. So the Merchants not done yet. Solam will try for 3 and get there as the cutoff is made. And so the Merchants suddenly have runners at the corners. McGovern with his 2nd hit of the night. He's had a good night at the plate and made a great catch in center field as well. So Merchants at the corners now. Panners do not want to have to use another pitcher tonight. So hoping Jordan Bush can finish this one off, but a couple of hard hit balls for base hits here in the 9th after the strikeout. To open up the inning. Here's the 2nd baseman, Max Finkelstein. Panners would be satisfied to get a double play ball here and end this ball game. Keep an eye on the speedy runner at first. He would love to get out of that double play possibility. And the force out. Bush with the pitch. There goes the runner. Throw to second. He's in the dirt. Caught and out at second base. Good play by Bedford on that throw that came in low, and Bedford with the quick snag and tag. And wow, Bandel able to throw out the very fast Matthew McGovern, and a great tag from Bedford, fielding that low throw, and now the ground ball to first. And stepping on the bag is Brooks for the final out, and the Goldpanners finish off the Merchants by a final score of 9-2 in a ball game that took 3 hours and 14 minutes, and the Goldpanners defeat the Merchants and go to 1-0 here in the tournament. And the Panners take the victory here in the opening game of the GFI and get some excellent pitching and 4 Goldpanner home runs. What a start to the tournament here in Grand Forks for the Goldpanners as they take out the Merchants, and they will have an off day tomorrow, will the Goldpanners. The Panners' next action will be Thursday night, the 1 o'clock game against the Calgary Diamondbacks. So Thursday, June 25th, the 1 o'clock game against the Calgary Diamondbacks. I think I said earlier that was the night game, but the Friday game is the night game. So keep that in mind. I'll tweet that out as well. Panners and Calgary Diamondbacks, Thursday at 1 o'clock, our next PannerVision broadcast. We thank you all for joining us here from James Donaldson Park here in beautiful Grand Forks, British Columbia. The Panners take out the Merchants by a final score of 9-2. Happy birthday, Carlos Gonzalez. We'll see you all on Thursday.